Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in. I wanted to do a quick video. Well, according to all of our messengers and prophets and the warnings and the alarms being sounded out there on the Lord's coming, and if you recall the scriptures like Matthew 24, a lot of stuff, we might have to see some stuff. Those who are, some of us may have to see some stuff, okay? We might have to bear witness to massive amounts of loss of life through natural disasters, war, the behemoth and the Leviathan monsters that will be released. And I just want to explain some things that I feel like the Lord has put in my heart as I've been reading the book of Enoch. A lot of us, it's hard to comprehend that, the rapture is coming. Jesus is coming in the clouds very soon. And the end of the world is coming very soon. It could happen now. It could happen 5 days from now. And, I don't know. But it's imminent, and it's really important that we prepare our hearts for these things. But from all the messengers and the messages being given out there, there will be a massive amount of loss of life. And that's very traumatic. That's very upsetting to a lot of people. I get upset. But we have to understand why. And it's out of the Lord's mercy. Those of us who were versed in the scriptures and read our Bibles, we know that this life is temporary and is but a test. And there is more to life than this earthly plane. We have the kingdom to look forward to living with Jesus and all that kind of stuff. So, if God, before, we know, according to the scriptures, all this stuff is going to happen before the coming of the Son of Man, right? Look up, your redemption is nigh. So, if we bear witness to all this massive amount of loss of life, if we know people who lose their lives or whatever, know that God does this because it's out of His mercy. Okay? Why is it out of His mercy? It's because He is making it, His ways are above our ways. He is making it so, maybe they have to endure some type of punishment, as we all do, right? We've all been tried through the fire, etc. He does it so they will be saved, so they can be in the kingdom. So, when all this stuff takes place, whatever goes down, and all this massive, we don't know exactly how it's going to go down, but when all this massive amount of loss of life happens, know that our redemption is nigh, that Jesus will come in the clouds, and when He comes in the clouds, the dead will rise, and His judgment will fall. And usually He takes these lives earlier so that they could be in the kingdom, so that His judgment on them is not in vain, so that they could have eternal life and live in Christ. And I really feel the Spirit really heavy in my heart. And I was reading about that in the book of Enoch and really trying to absorb it and understand this stuff. Because I heard messages today, there's going to be massive loss of life, and trying to understand these things. And, how do we cope? How do we deal? And, well, that's the deal. So, we have to kind of step outside of ourselves and step in faith and keep our eyes on the things that are not seen, and really be in the Spirit and walk with the Lord. Understand what He has planned, that when this stuff comes, it's temporary. And, you know, I hope nobody has to suffer people dying and stuff like that, but I personally have had dreams. But if we do, just know that it's happening because when God's judgment comes soon after that, He could judge them righteously, and they can have eternal life. So I'll leave what I've been reading in the book of Enoch below. It's actually quite an amazing chapters, like chapter 59 through 61. We all should be reading this book, as well as like 2nd Esdras and 2nd Baruch and stuff like that. We should all be reading those books to get a better hold of what's coming very soon. And I feel that in the Spirit. So we rejoice in these times, okay? We're called to rejoice in these times. And I understand that could be hard. I pray and mourn over the loss of life, but it's just out of ignorance, because I don't understand. I don't know. But we have to at least get a comprehension of God's plan, so we could stomach these things, so we could get through them, and know that our redemption is nigh. So the lives that He takes early are just so that they could bear the judgment and have eternal life and live in the kingdom. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope this is a blessing. God bless.